Hi, everyone, and welcome to our 30-minute session on the ethical side of AI. Where do we draw the line? I'm Nursu, and I'm the social media content creator for Decktopus AI. And a quick heads up before we go deeper, as a thank you for joining us today, we're offering a limited time 30% discount on any of our plans. Just use the code 30webinar at checkout on our website. So today we're going to explore the core principles behind ethical AI, dive into real-world dilemmas, and share how we at Decktopus safeguard against bias, protect privacy, and maintain, of course, transparency. We'll also have a Q&A session with our CEO here, Noyan Alpereniden. By the way, welcome, Noyan. How are you?
Hi, Nursu. I'm fine. How about you?
Great. I'm also doing great. Thank you very much. And we're going to start with our Q&A session with you shortly, but right before that, I'd like to show our audience a preview of what we're going to really talk about today. So I'm just going to share my screen and get started. Also, just a friendly reminder, once again, if you're thinking about trying out Decktopus AI, please don't forget to use the code 30webinar to get 30% off your subscription. Okay. Just going to share my screen really fast. Okay. You can see the screen, right? Oh, yeah?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. So before we begin our Q&A session with Noyan, I want to just take a few minutes to introduce today's topic, which is the ethical side of AI. This is a subject that sparks actually a lot of debate, and for a good reason. As AI becomes more advanced and integrated into our daily lives, questions about fairness, accountability, and control are becoming more and more urgent. So before we jump into the discussion, let's build a shared understanding of what ethical AI really means, why it matters, and how it shapes the future we're all building together. Here's a quick look at what we'll cover in this short introduction. First, we're going to explore some of the most pressing ethical dilemmas AI is creating today, from algorithmic bias to lack of transparency and data misuse. And next, we'll unpack what concepts like fairness, accountability, and transparency actually mean in the context of AI and how they can be applied. And finally, Noyan will be sharing how we at Decktopus AI think about and address these issues while developing our own AI-powered tools. So what exactly is ethical AI? In simple terms, it's about designing AI systems that reflect human values, respecting things like fairness, privacy, and transparency. It means creating technology that is inclusive, avoids reinforcing biases, and operates in a way that people can understand and trust. Ethical AI also includes holding developers and companies accountable for the impacts of their systems, especially in sensitive areas like hiring, healthcare, or law enforcement. As AI becomes more and more powerful every day, these values become non-negotiable. It's not just about building smarter tools, it's also about building responsible ones. And lastly, before we wrap up this presentation, here is a really significant milestone for you. In November 2021, all 193 countries in UNESCO came together in Paris and unanimously adopted the first global framework for ethical AI. Their 28-page recommendation emphasized some key points. First, AI must respect human rights, of course, and remain transparent and always stay under meaningful human control. And this shows that the need for ethical guardrails isn't just a company level concern, it's a global priority. It also reminds us that we're not alone in this journey. There's a worldwide effort to shape AI into something that really benefits everyone. And that was just a brief introduction to our topic today. And now we'll move on to the heart of our conversation with our insights. Okay, I'm just going to remove. All right. I'm just going to start with my first question, Noyan. It is very controversial, actually. So it's the sensational question, the first one. There are people who are against AI because they believe it will take away their jobs. Do you think they're right? Do you think AI will replace human workers, or is that fear really exaggerated?
So, good question. By the way, it was a great presentation. Thank you for the introduction. So it covered all the necessary information for the topic. Yeah, when I go to a conference and give some speech about AI, etc., most of the time I receive this question, especially some young professional, I can say, not only juniors, but young professionals really have this feeling AI is becoming more developed, not every year anymore, not every month anymore. I think every week or maybe
Every
every
single
day it's
day, I
becoming
guess. Yeah.
more advanced and more advanced, and that's why they feel this fear. Will I lose my job because of AI? I Of course, there are a lot of discussions about this topic in social media and also in real events as well. And what I think is, right now we see that this is a fact. Companies reduce number of employees right now, and companies replace their real human workforce with AI tools. This is the fact. So,
I think this is
but
really
I
scary, though. I mean, they have a
yeah,
point to be, scared. It's really valid fear.
exactly. I agree with you 100%. This is the fact. So I cannot say no. AI won't replace anybody. So humans will replace AI. No, I cannot say this. Even today, we see this replacement. I have a lot of friends, startup founders. They reduced their employee numbers drastically, and they replaced real human employees with AI ones. And it is just today. In the future, when we have more advanced AI technology, of course, it will be more capable to do some certain tasks. That's why I think we'll see more AI employees maybe in the future. But the question, if the question is, will I lose my job because of AI? I think no. By the way, you will lose your job if you cannot use the AI tools very effectively. I can say this. So, someone uses AI tools very well will replace you. I think it will create more job opportunities as well. For example, just think about before, um, let's say before technology era. So everyone needs to write something manually, right, by hand. But after the technology, it started to print it automatically. So all these writers probably lost their job, but it created a lot of jobs as well. So I think this is the same issue. Yes, it will kill some jobs, but it will create, I think, a lot of different kind of jobs. It is not easy to see the future. I mean, I cannot know after 10 years which jobs will be the most needed or most popular. I don't know it, but I know one thing. There will be more jobs, and we have to develop ourselves. Maybe 30 years ago, you didn't have to know how to use computer, but today you have to know it. So otherwise it is not possible to even get any job. So it is same. I think in the future, this will be a requirement to hire. For example, you have to know how to use AI to create mini products. In this way, you will be able to do your job better. For example, this will be the fundamental request even get any job. So I think, in short, it depends on you. If you can use AI technology, you'll always find job. Uh, if you cannot use it, then probably someone use AI will
Will
replace you.
replace you. Yes.
I, I think I think it it right now it's already started. So today, everybody listen this webinar right now. Everybody have to start using AI tools because it has started. Tomorrow is, I think, late. So yeah, my answer is that. So, is that fear exaggerated? No, I think it is not exaggerated. But
I think so too.
they people need to start using it immediately.
I think even surgeons right now are using AI, and it's like phenomenal. It makes a huge difference, and I 100% agree with you. It's going to be like when you like have a job interview, they're going to ask you like, can you use AI? It's going to be like Microsoft, PowerPoint or Excel. You have to really know the AI, all things about AI if you want to get a job. I mean, it's going to be practically like really fundamental when you're getting a job.
Mhm.
So, um,
For example, in the past, this was the one of the most popular question. Can you use office programs? For example, if you have the skill using office programs, you had
you get the
some
job
extra skills. But today, it is no brainer. You have to use it. So nobody asks you anymore. So it will be the
because you're
same
supposed
in
to
the
know it already. Yeah,
yeah, it will be the same right now. For example, in these couple of years, probably, if you say I know how to use AI and I can build mini apps with AI tools, etc., this will be a huge plus for you. But in maybe 10 years later, this will be expected. So everybody needs to know how to use AIs, and there will be another skill that highlight you 10 years later. So I think it is all about, I think it is always the same. You have to improve yourself. So you need to change. You need to adopt technology. In this way, you can shine. Otherwise, you I think it you can lose your job if you cannot adopt the technology. So yeah.
exactly. When you say technology, nowadays it means AI because you cannot treat them like either of them like individually because they're together. And when you mean technology, it's definitely AI. You cannot mention technology without AI, so it's really, really important in the workplace right now. So I 100%
And
agree with you about that.
yeah, exactly. And when we started Decktopus AI, it was in 2019. Um, we set Decktopus AI, the name was Decktopus then, back then. Decktopus is an AI powered presentation assistant. This was our sentence. It was even before ChatGPT was released because there were some mini AI things in the application. But after ChatGPT was released, we released our Decktopus AI version last month. I'm sorry, 4 months later, ChatGPT was released. So it was in the beginning of this generative AI trends. That's why when we said we have AI in our application, everybody wanted to invest in Decktopus, wanted to try Decktopus, so it went viral in various countries. So because it was a very unique thing in the beginning of 2023. But today I talk to my founder friends. For example, when they go to an investor and they say we have AI in our product, etc., the investor said this. Um, Please don't say we have AI. Tell me something else because today everybody has
We
AI
all
in their
have AI,
product. So
exactly.
yeah, exactly. So that's why always it is required to improve in personal level and also company level. Otherwise, it is not possible to grow.
Exactly. All right. So I'm going to move on with our second question. What does ethical AI mean to you personally, and why does it matter? How do you see the role of AI evolving in society over the next decade, and what ethical challenges worry you the most?
I think this is a very challenging question, and of course, this is one of the hot topics in news and social media as well. Everybody is talking about ethical AI, and unfortunately, there is no answer, one answer I can say, because there are a lot of dilemmas in terms of ethical, because it depends on the person. In the personal level, it depends on the person. What does ethical AI mean to me? Um, in short, of course, it reminds me this. There is a software it's work it works with AI technology, and if it has an influence on decision, it has to be fair, transparent, and uh, it has to respect data privacy, and basically it has to be, um, I can say, yeah, unbiased when it gives a decision or has to decide something. I think this is ethical AI, but this is very challenging, because even without AI, do we have really ethical world? No. So how do we expect to have ethical AI? Because
I
at the end
think,
of the day,
yeah,
people develop this AI technology, and if the
exactly.
yeah, right. If the people are unethical, so how can they build applications or technology on ethical? So I think this is the biggest question.
I was just going to
I
say that. I'm sorry for
really,
interrupting you, but just
I know, no.
it's about people having ethics. I mean, it's really like a magical power. Like imagine you have magical powers and you are in control of how to use it. If you're a bad person, you could use it in evil ways, and only you would benefit from it. But if you're really like have good intentions and you're coming from something good, then you can do amazing things. So ethics really go parallel with the person's intention. So I think that was an amazing thing to say.
Exactly. Yeah. So how do you see the role of AI evolving in society over the next decade, and what ethical challenges worry you most? Yeah, I mean, I think the most challenging thing, or the most ethical challenge in the future, um, if today's AI products are not ethical, it means that they already started to produce a lot of content or outputs, unethical content. And the thing is, these AI models are trained on publicly available data. It means that in the future, the most of the publicly available content will be produced by AI, which is unethical. So I think it will be more challenging to make the AI models ethical because of trained data. If the trained data is unethical, so how will it perform ethically? So I think it will be more challenging every day. The more biased data used for training, the more biased will be output. So I think this is the most challenging thing. That's why in the world, of course, there are a lot of, in your presentation you also mentioned that in the world there are some countries, they really take this seriously and act on it. I think it is
Yeah, that's
important.
amazing.
I think it is important, because once you lose control, then I think it is really hard to get back the control.
Exactly. I think that's a great answer, by the way. Um, do you believe AI can continue to evolve within ethical boundaries, or is technology moving too fast for ethics to keep up? again, it is actually a question about people and like human nature, actually. But I'm really curious about your take on this.
Um, I think I agree with you. It is all about people in the first place. I think technology is moving too fast. I think ethics um, is trying to catch the technology. Maybe we see some memes on social media, like right now, United States and China, they are producing, developing a lot of products. They are so fast. They invest in AI technology, and Europe tries to regulate them. So this is the picture of the world right now. Um, I think this is the nature of the technology because it is a disruptive technology. That's why it is moving so fast. It allows other people to build the technology as well. And there are a lot of open source model. It means that anybody, even personally, we can get an open source model and create our own model or own product, and all control at our hands. So it depends on our ethical behavior. So if we just feed the model, open source model, with unethical, biased data, then it will start creating um, unethical outputs, and there is no regulation right for this right now. I think this will be a scenario in the future, and we have seen this in the past as well. Each huge technology like that, huge disruptive technology that affects all humans' life. First, technology started, then the regulation um, appeared and started to use these regulations. I think there will be, of course, mandatory AI regulations. If you are an AI company, you have to obey some AI regulations, maybe AI Act or other kind of things, etc. And people will look at, do you have these AI regulations? No, then they won't use it. If you have, then they can use safely. I think this will be mandatory thing in the future, but right now it is just, it has just started. That's why I think there is no regulation, there is no compliance thing about AI. But probably in a couple of years there will be mandatory compliance and certification things for AI products.
Exactly. Actually, this has to be mandatory for everyone. AI is relatively really new in technology, and I guess what you're saying is correct, and that is also why we don't have regulations or rules about it yet. But we definitely, in the near future, need rules and regulations about using AI, and we have to follow some basic frameworks. And if not, then I think that would be really, really unethical because people can do really like treacherous things, like things that you can't imagine, things that are not real, and you can't really tell reality and AI. So I think following some regulations and frameworks is really important, like you said. Okay, moving on to our next question. In your opinion, what will be the biggest ethical challenge AI will pose in the next 5 to 10 years, and how should companies or the society prepare for it?
The thing is, of course, my personal opinion. For example, today, if you have an app, not AI app, normal app, or AI app, whatever it is, if you want to publish it in app stores like Google App Store, Apple App Store, you have to get some permission from the company. If it's if it fails on some um, policies, such as there are a lot of policies in these stores, you cannot publish your app. So it means that if you have a harmful app, you cannot publish it on App Store or other stores. So in the future, I think there will be some stores like that where people access trustful applications, or maybe there will be another environment to check these apps, whether it is suitable to the policy, etc., or whether it is an biased or unbiased, etc. So there will be some stores like that. But the problem is, um, let's say one thing is unbiased for you, but if it is unbiased for me, so it creates some problem, right? So in this ethical thing creates dilemmas. So one opinion might be different than other opinion. So I think it is dangerous also be uh, to be monopoly on this industry and have the power to decide whether it is ethical or not ethical, because you decide based on your own ethical criteria. So I think this is the challenge. That's why I think most of countries like United States, China, they try to build their own model because it will behave based on their own ethical criteria. Uh, e- so there are a lot of ethical puzzle dilemma questions, etc., in the internet. So would you hit baby or would you hit other car, etc., or maybe this kind of things. So I think it is challenging. Our biggest ethical challenge will be who will be the decision maker, whether it is decide on whether it is an biased or unbiased output. So I think, and how should companies or the society prepare for it? I really don't know. So I don't know there will be a solution for this or not, but I think this is a dangerous and challenging thing.
Exactly. And my next question was about who should regulate the ethical use of AI, governments, corporations, or an independent body. What do you think about that? Who should be in control? Who should be making the regulations?
Mm, I think it should be. My answer is all of them. So, first of all, there should be an knowledge about this topic. So, as an individual, we have to know about this topic first of all, and corporation should behave uh, accordingly, and governments should create, of course, regulations to control the output of the products. But I think this is a collaboration thing. If just government creates policies and corporation and individuals don't obey these rules, of course there will be, I can say, cheating maybe. So there we can find a way to bypass these rules and continue to build in a way the government don't like it. So I think this is collaboration thing. Everybody be uh, should be careful on this topic, and there should be some knowledge in the public or social media about this topic.
Exactly. Everything in moderation, right? Okay. Our time is almost up, but I can't just end the stream before asking this question to you, my last one. Would you trust an AI to make a hiring decision today? This is a very crucial question for a CEO or an employer for that matter. If not now, do you think you would in the future?
I think this is the biggest misconception about AI. People think that a there is an AI and it will do every tasks and it will replace everything. Instead, I think that everything in the business flow, for example, in the business workflows, there are some certain actions, and there are a couple of actions, a couple of tasks that needs to be done in order to get a result. So I think uh, i I wouldn't trust an AI to make a hiring decision today. I think there should be some human involvement, but I would trust AI to review resumes. If I just open a position and if 1,000 people apply it, I would trust AI to eliminate some of them not
See
suitable
if the
for my
qualifications are
criteria.
enough. Hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Based on my criteria, and of course, I would expect why you eliminated this person, which criteria she or he didn't su- aren't suitable for this role. I would expect some explanation about the decisions. But at the end of the day, even today in Decktopus, we have HR person in our team and very skillful managers. They interview with people, but at the end of the day, I interview with them with candidates, final candidates, because I just want to see the energy. I'm not asking any technical question or anything else. I just speak and try to understand the vibe and the culture fit, etc. I think it is challenging for AI to understand its vibe and energy. So I think
Exactly.
um, in the
The
future,
human
maybe in the future,
frequencies. Hmm.
if in the future, let's say 10 years later, if I can copy myself exactly 100%, then it means that AI can make this hiring decision, because
It's an
basically
entirely
the
different
AI
level, by the way.
because AI will be me. So it will, if AI can understand and respond exactly like me, it means that AI can make hiring decision, because it will know everything about me, my criterias, my red flags. So in the future, might be, but today, no. I would like to interview, at least at the last level. I would like to interview and talk, or I can say chat with the person.
Exactly. I mean, that what you are saying, I think that's an entirely different level. It's like freezing yourself and like thawing yourself like in 50 years or something. It's really revolutionary. And yeah, if that happened, I definitely agree with you. But for now, it could like help with resumes and everything, like with qualifications. But the human vibes, the frequency, the emotional intelligence part of the process, it's entirely, it needs a human touch. So yeah, thank you so much for your answer for that.
By the way, when I talk to people, there are some certain ages. Some people really are pessimistic about the future of AI and future of our world, and some people are really optimistic about AI. I am on the optimist side. I really like to imagine the world uh, where we have these advanced AIs, and I think that I mentioned about copying myself entirely to another AI. I think this will be a real thing in the future, not maybe in 5 years, 10 years, but not more than 50 years. I can see that,
Yeah, it wouldn't
and
take that
I'm
long.
not. I don't think it is a dangerous thing. I think this is a good thing, and in I've seen these discussions in social media. People are saying that today we use ChatGPT to write email. I mean, and if it is a long email, the receiver use ChatGPT to summarize it. Right now, even today, we use AI to communicate, kind of. In the future, my AI copy will write the email to the person, and receiver's AI clone will answer the email. And if there is an agreement, then I will talk to this real person in person after these AI negotiations. And it will create a lot of opportunities, because my AI clone can attend the same or different webinars at the same time, 15 different places. So I think this creates a huge opportunity, and I really like to dream the future like that. So yeah, I am on the optimistic side, and in the future probably we'll use AI to make a hiring decision.
Yeah, I mostly agree with you also, but it's also kind of scary for me. Like you were really like talking about casually about, cloning yourself and everything. I think that's a little bizarre and scary at the same time for me, but I'm just in a balance. Like I am like in a crossroad about it, like optimistic, but a little scared also. Like I don't know where it will take us, but if you can reuse it right and with the right prompts and everything, I think you can manage amazing things, by the way. Okay. So before we wrap up, one last nudge about the discount, guys. So you can still use the code 30webinar for 30% off on our website, but it's only good for a very short time after this webinar, so don't forget to use it. Okay, so that brings us to the end of our half hour together. Thank you so much for carving out a piece of your day to wrestle with these big ethical questions alongside us. Thank you so much for your answers and participation also, Noyan. If there is one thing to remember, it's that doing AI right, I think, is a team sport, and it needs builders, regulators, as we talked about, critics, and most of all, curious voices like yours. So thank you so much, everyone, again, for joining us today. Stay curious, stay safe, and we'll see you at the next session. I hope you have a wonderful day. See you, everybody.
Goodbye, Nurso. Goodbye.
Goodbye.